This is midday almost, just past midday. I think the clocks must have changed, but because I don't have any analog, non-digital, non-online time sources in my life, I wouldn't have heard about it, except I suddenly got up late on Monday. There's so many mushrooms here that I'm trying not to tread on them. I'm getting the hang of using the macro lens on this camera, and it's okay if I've got my glasses on. I was going to talk about ADHD and I must seem like I've got ADHD. There's some old puffballs, look. But in my defense, and maybe it's a general problem with why there's so much ADHD around us, because there's so much divergent, contradictory stuff in modern life. How about that? Look. That's a holly. They cut the tree down and it produced well, maybe that was on the tree before it was cut down. I'm just trying to join things together, and if I have this idea that if things are joined up, there's less work to do, because when things aren't joined up, there are these contradictions that are sources of competition and disconnection. And the problem that I have is that I don't really see how money and business can operate efficiently ever in an environment like that, because it's just make work. Everything is just making more work to do. And sure, if you're smart, in quotes, you can use that to your advantage. Every problem is an opportunity to make money, so you could, if your goal was just to make money, you could be very rich by running around exploiting all these opportunities, especially if in the process you actually create more problems and more opportunities to exploit. So my thinking about electronics and buses and serial buses and linear logic and greatest fixed points and things like that, those things to me are all connected, but it's a bit hard to see how I'll get a job out of it. But that doesn't mean it's not worth doing, and it doesn't mean that it's mentally disordered to try to unify things like that. Squirrel. tree with all those lumps on it. That film, Aluna, they call it a movie, not a documentary. And it just did ring so, it was so bizarre. When I first heard about the Kogis, it was a film that, I don't think it was Herbert Girardet, it was someone else that produced this film in the late 80s about them. And there they made it very clear that it was coca that they were chewing, and they used as a lechia, they used a lime, a very, very caustic, it was basically quicklime, made of seashells. They used to go down to the sea, collect the shells and then burn them and slake them, and they used that as to release the active compounds from the leaf. But in Bolivia they just do a much milder form, usually based on ash from burning some kind of wood or even banana skins. Or bicarbonate of soda. And when you chew coca, the difference between chewing it without lechia and chewing it with lechia is enormous. But in this Aluna film, they don't even mention coca, and they say, oh, there's some sacred tree of the Kogi, and if that's a coca bush, then they're really onto something. I mean, they're enormous trees. So I've no idea what that was about. That story was, there's something fishy about it. Buying miles of golden thread from some factory in England. But no, I shouldn't be skeptical. Maybe this astrophysicist really did get some real astrophysical data from them. It's something I find very, very easy to be skeptical about. When you think of the number of stars that there are out there, and the little we know about most of them, and to then claim that somebody pinpointed a star, it just seems, you don't have to be Sabine Hossenfelder to be skeptical of that. I have no idea what's going on. It all seems a bit mad to me. I think there are sane ways of going about this, but is very sensitive to the lighting angle. And so about the Raspberry Pi 5, I did think in another way. I know. The Pi 5 is not meant to be part of a computing network. The Pi 5 is an edge node. This is a user interface device. And then it all makes sense. Then everything makes sense. The analog TV, the whole lot. So I think I get it. And if you're actually generating signals, if you're generating video signals from within a matrix of computational elements, then, and I haven't looked at all into the compute node stuff that they do. So if you're generating videos, signals from within that, then these Pi 5s are going to be awesome devices for handling the I/O. So that cheered me up a lot, as well as the spinning bear video. That's ridiculous. And I realized as well today when that I make the coherence that I make out of my stuff is way beyond what I could reasonably expect anyone else to make of it, coming at it, especially if they only look at one or two videos on my YouTube channel. I think that's a green woodpecker, but are you a green woodpecker? He's certainly behaving woodpeckerish like. Yeah, that's it.